Something's manifesting. Okay. Both of those cards were earth energy. We're starting off once again in high court. That's the space we're in. That's the season we're in. So we're starting off in high court and then we'll tap in with the tarot. Okay. Um so after we High Priestess. After we get out of high court, then we'll tap in with the 5 most potent signs, okay, for the upcoming reading that we're going to get into, okay? All right. So, wow. 6 of Wands. Once again, not sure how this is all going to go, but we're going to get through it, okay? I'm hearing, I heard it through the grapevine that no longer would you be mine. Okay, so someone heard it through the grapevine. Okay, word of mouth could be significant. Word of mouth, okay, so if you're someone and you have a product that you sell, or maybe you have services that you offer, all right, word of mouth is spreading about your services and it's very good. More people are wanting to contact you, more people are wanting to, okay, hire you for your services because of not only the overall good work that you do, but the response from your clientele, okay, is what is also causing the increase in productivity, okay? So with that said, whoever I am speaking to, you are doing a very good job. All right, you're getting through what you need to get through, and that may be a lot. All right, you could have a lot to do, you could have a lot on your shoulders, okay, but you balance it very well. You make a lot, not so much. You somehow compartmentalize it in a way that is digestible, right? And filling, but not overwhelming. You get what I'm saying? So you're very good with certain organizational skills within your life, okay, that allow you to meet your target without burnout. So very good. All right, have we rung the bell? Let's ring the bell again, even if we already did. I am well. All right, let's tap on in. We have the 5 of water. We have the page of fire. Someone could have been feeling disappointed, maybe in themselves. They were discouraged about something. Maybe they tried to meet a certain mark that they didn't meet, right? It doesn't mean that this point within, we'll call it failure, means that you have to fail for life. It means that you now see a certain part of what you couldn't see before, and now you're able to, right? It's about, I don't know, someone's having to resit an exam. Someone's having to resit an exam, and that's okay, because with that said, that means that you, having taken the exam before, you saw what you were up against, right? You saw your weaknesses and you saw your strengths within whatever it was that you were, okay, met with in your reality. So now that you're given the chance to revisit and rework certain things, you know how to strengthen yourself, right? And you know what you need to study for, okay? We have the Seven of Earth. Hi, everyone. We have the Seven of Earth. Okay, so this is about some sort of investment. We have transformation. This is the Tower. Someone could be changing their mind about something. Someone could be so discouraged that they have given up on something. Okay, and I'm not going to sit here and be someone's cheerleader. Okay, just to be honest with you, I'm not going to be your cheerleader to push you to do the right thing. Yeah. No. Okay, I've already said what I needed to say when it comes to that. Now, if the energy continues in this direction where someone is choosing to self-sabotage, so be it, baby. Crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you haven't received the words of wisdom. It's not that you haven't been able to see where the weak spots are, where your strengths are, what needs to change, it's not that you haven't been given the guidelines, right? It's not that you haven't been given the assistance. It's not that you don't know the protocol. This is just someone, they're in self-defeated fuck it energy, right? Let them be. God damn it. Five of air. Look at that. Right? A chessboard. Look at how they're sitting. This is the energy of a sore loser. This feminine sitting there, she could have lost the game, and she is a sore fucking loser. And the thing is, right? Okay, it doesn't even have to be about a game. I was just speaking about taking an exam. This is about getting to a point in your life, whether it's your first time getting your driver's license, or you know what I'm saying, getting into a certain college that you wanted to get into, but maybe they said no for whatever reason. Or if you're a dancer and you wanted to get hired at a certain job and they were like, well, you got to do this, you know, you're weak in this area, but da da da. You go and you strengthen in the ways that is required for what it is that you're wanting. But if you turn around and you take constructive criticism as, well, fuck it, then do that, because that is too, it's too, it's the number two. It's shitty. Okay, it's shitty. So the moon, we have intuition, illusion, and revelation. Right? This could also be someone, they try to cry wolf. They have a habit of crying wolf. This could be someone that has a habit of crying wolf and, you know, help me, rescue me. I made the wrong choice. I made a bad move. But they're intentionally doing it because that's how they seek validation, right? That's how they feel as though, okay, I do matter. Someone does care. I am important. They do want me here, right? They do these things so that it can be proved to them that they're wanted. And because that is somehow working for them in their mind in that way, that's their habit. Show them that you care. Show them that you won't let them die. Show them that you'll save their life, right? And in order for you to show them that, in their mind, they must throw themselves into harm's way. They must put themselves in danger. They must be on the brink of life and death at all times, right? Because they need you to satisfy that space within them of, I matter, and I'm cared for, and I'm seen, right? They want to be seen. Why they want to be seen in this way, it speaks to a deeper seated trauma that has nothing to do with the persons that they're engaging with. It has nothing to do with the persons that they're engaging with, and it has everything to do with a deep seated trauma possibly from their childhood, that they have now taken on as, this is just my personality, right? This is just how I choose to live. This is just who I am, right? They wear it as, this is who I am. And it's a safety mechanism, it's a cloaking device to block off the healing because, again, deeper seated things are going on that they don't allow to rise to the surface, right? And so they have to stay in this struggle energy because otherwise, that particular door, that particular, locked away, darkly guarded space is going to wake up, right? And they're like, no, I can't allow that to happen. So I'm just going to live in this turmoil because I still get the attention anyway. Because I have people around me that just won't let me die. And that's all I could even ask for. Because I don't have much aspirations, ambition, or goals beyond that. Because I'm too afraid to live outside of the box that I've created. Woo! This person will explain themselves into a grave, right? If it meant them not healing. So, wow. We have the Queen of Water. Someone could be really knowledgeable. Okay. We have the Two of Air. I don't know. This is the energy of someone does not want the help that they require in order to heal. Okay? They don't want it. And that is their choice to live by, right? That's their choice. They don't want the help. We have Page of Water, sensitive, open-hearted, and intuitive. This person could be feeling in very sensitive energies at this time. They could be feeling emotionally overwhelmed, okay? Possibly a bit dizzy, as though a lot is going on. They could be experiencing vertigo in their reality, okay? Because things are happening quickly. It could be a sensation of blood rushing to their head, okay? So this person needs to take it easy. Whoever this is, just take it easy. Right? A panic attack or something. They're feeling panics because of all of the changes that are happening around them, and they feel as though they're not able to keep up with them, or they feel as though they have been either ambushed or sidelined, right? Blindsided or something. This is someone, they could possibly have control issues, okay? They need to feel as though they're in control of their environment, right? So this right here, as simple as it may be, it is really causing a chaotic type of energy within them because, right, it's making them feel a bit sporadic. We have the Seven of Fire. Maybe they're feeling as though they need to defend themselves, or again, this could be their autoimmune system, right? Their body is being triggered into fight or flight mode because, again, of the mental space that they continuously, repetitively put themselves within. This is someone, they fight against the energy of healing. So now, right, is imagine someone receiving, right, injections of an antidote, of a solution to heal. And as the medicine is flowing through their system, right, and being activated to counteract whatever weaker systems were going on within the body, they're being triggered into fight or flight mode, right? Feeling as though they need to attack, but they're trying to attack healing, they're trying to attack medicine, okay? It's literally, I'm seeing red blood cells and white blood cells, and the way that the antibodies have to work to, right, fight off virus and bacteria, okay? It will fight back. The bacteria, the virus, it does, a virus wants to survive. A virus wants to live, right? It seeks hosts for the survival of itself and the spreading of it. So of course it's going to fight against the medicine, right? That's within the nature of a virus. Stop expecting a virus to smile at you. Stop expecting a virus to be happy, or for a virus to say, yes, I do want to heal. Yes, I do want to be destroyed. Healing means that the virus is going to be destroyed. The virus does not want to be destroyed. But that is what the medicine does. Right? Are you understanding? You're understanding. And see, the catch-22 is that you're so deep within your addiction that what you're addicted to, right, which is meant to be the sickness, is actually the medicine. And now you're fucked up because you want to get away, but you're already addicted. All right, hold on. I'm coming right back, y'all. back. Okay. Setbacks. Where were we? Where were we? Oh, yes, we were talking about a virus. And the fact that a virus wants to be alive. Duh! 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 Seven of air. Sorry, y'all. Baby, come here. Okay, I'm back for real. I'm back on the scene with a pocket full of green. Okay, I'm back for real. We're here. Let's fix the clothes. Okay. A little cold. We got the seven of air just now, but I think that's because I was having disruptions. Okay, that I just needed to clear. Okay. And by disruptions, I just mean I needed to get some things in order just now. So let's keep it going. We have awakening, which is the hangman. Okay. So someone could be in contemplative energy, right? They could be having withdrawal. Oh, you know what it is? It's almost the energy of having withdrawal symptoms. So imagine someone, they're trying to wean themselves off of a substance. Okay. And they know that they want to heal. They know that they want to heal. However, as the substance is decreasing within their body because the healing is becoming more prominent, right? The withdrawal symptoms kick in. Okay, and yeah, they're gonna go against their own better judgment because now it's this chemical imbalance that's happening. The body isn't used to what's occurring, right? So it wants to fight against it and get more of what it's used to, which is the bad stuff, right? We'll say. And you can't allow that to happen. So this is why these are the type of persons they turn into patients, because they need to be monitored. They need to be taken care of, right? Not everything you can do on your own. So, yeah. We have the ego, which is the devil. We have illusion, dependency, materialism. This person, they're dependent. And so they're in a space where they're needing assistance. They're needing help. Okay? This is someone they need nurse. They need a nurse. Nurse! Right? Nurse! So someone could be on life support. We have six of air. Okay. Relief, hope, moving on. This is how they're going to receive the relief that they need, the hope for a better future in their reality and present state of being. This is someone, they could be receiving government funded assistance. The lovers, as I say that. Someone is receiving government funding. The wheel, luck, progress, and change. right? You know how people could receive checks from the government and food stamps and things like that. This person is receiving that type of support. And with me saying that, right? Nurse, right? Medical assistance as well. Justice. And that's the last one that we're actually even pulling for this. Fairness, the law, karma. So, fair not, right? You're exactly where you're meant to be. And even if that's easier said than done, you're still exactly where you need to be and where you're meant to be. Right? Oh boy. So, now we're going to tap in with the tarot, the regular tarot. Okay, we got the 5 most potent signs for the reading. For people that are connected to my channel, right, I just feel the need to say this because this is just what it is, right? Sometimes as being a part of my collective, sometimes you'll see me and sometimes you will not, right? And that could be really far and few between and sometimes really congested within the energy. I move within the calling of my higher power and also with things that are going on in my actual reality. Okay? I don't live for YouTube. I don't live for tarot. I don't live to wake up and just create readings for you all every day or every other day, scheduled. That's not what my space is about. This is my space and I control it how I choose to. You get the privilege of being a part of my world. I'm not creating my world as you know, let me do this for all of the people that are coming here to my world. You're coming here to my world and you're seeing what it's about, right? But you don't control the economy here. And that's no harm, no foul, right? But this is not a creation for you. This is a creation of me. And again, it's public and there's benefits to it. So you take what's for you, right? Which is the privilege of even being able to view, right? Things that you come across that add strength, that add wisdom, that add love, knowledge, God, spirit into your life. That's a blessing. Okay. So whether you want to give people their flowers or not, again, neither here nor there, because you already know within yourself what you've received when you come into contact with certain energies and certain persons, right? That doesn't need to be over explained, over analyzed. You know what I'm saying? So I just say that to say, right, that that's what it is. Okay? That that's truly what it is. Okay. I feel 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Alright. We're gonna tap in. See, let me not do this on camera. really changing my ways. I tell you that. All right. Let's see how I want to be. All right. Sorry, y'all. Girls, y'all know what this is. Y'all know how we gotta fix this just right so it don't have us looking all crazy. We have Taurus. We have Aquarius. We have Gemini. We have Virgo. Okay, this is very intentional. We have Sagittarius. Well, damn. Everybody came out once, declared their presence. That's who it is. Those are the most potent signs. Okay. 6 of Wands at the bottom. Let's begin. Hi, y'all. Thank you. We got 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Something isn't working well with another space. Okay. This is okay. We got the Sun. Or maybe it is. Someone could be in denial. Someone's in denial. Someone doesn't want something to be working as well as it does. They're in denial. Okay. This could be someone that tried to disprove something. They tried to, right, make a declaration that if something was done in a certain way that it would not work. Okay. Then that theory was put to the test. And when it was put to the test and applied, it actually worked. And so now this person is having to, now they're in denial. Instead of acknowledging the fact that they were wrong, okay, they're in denial. They could be trying to jump on the bandwagon with the Sun energy. This could be someone, they were wrong. They made a bad judgment. They passed a poor judgment. Okay. They didn't believe. They didn't have faith. They didn't believe, or they just didn't want another person, whoever was in the right, they didn't want that person to be right. Sometimes persons, they get so caught up on the messenger rather than the message. And it's that even if the message is the correct message to hear, they don't want to hear it because of who it's coming from. And so they make the message wrong simply because of their emotional, right, faculties towards the person rather than what it is that they're actually, you get what I'm saying? It's that. So this person, they're now, either they're in denial of the fact that they were, not the fact that they were wrong, they know that they were wrong. The 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. They're either trying to pretend to not see how well something is working, or they are trying to jump on the bandwagon and pretend as though they always believed in someone else's idea or dream or theory, right? And yeah, they're pretending that they always believe that they, I believe in you, right? And they jump on the bandwagon and they act as though It was all a part of it. Whatever. This is as though you tell someone, I could make that jump, right? And they're like, you can't make that jump. And if you make the jump, you win 10 grand, right? And they're like, you can't make that jump. And like, I could make that jump. And they're trying to discourage you, telling you that you couldn't make the jump to win the 10 grand. And then you make the fucking jump, land perfectly, mwah, right? And they're like, yeah, I know you could do it. I know you could do it. You won 10 grand? You won 10 grand. I always believed in you. I always knew you could do it. I was just trying to, reverse psychology, psych you out, hype you up in a way. You get what I'm saying? Because I wanted you to really work harder and believe in yourself to make the jump and win that 10 grand. So what's good? This is that person. This is that type of friend. As soon as you win, they remember to be your friend. As soon as you prove everyone wrong, they remember to be your friend. As soon as you're in the spotlight, they remember to be your friend. This person is an opportunist. They're egotistical. Okay? They're finicky. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Page of Wands. This person, they're only sticking around for the come up. They're not a true member. They're not loyal. They're not... They stick around for the come up, for the say so, for the I know her. This is the King of Pentacles. This could be a King of Pentacles. See, right? Because with the King of Pentacles, even with the way that he's dressed, he loves luxury. Whether it's the idea of it, whether it's the reality of it, whether it's the fantasy of it, he loves it. He loves the idea of luxury. He loves the idea of over the top. He loves the idea of having too much. Okay? Because it's not enough. Too much ain't enough for the King of Pentacles. So yeah, he's an opportunist, right? He sticks around for the come up because it makes him look more valuable. It boosts his ego, his status, his pull, and his attraction. So if you're needed in order to boost the attraction for this person, then what does that say about you? Who's doing the boosting? Right? The one that's holding the power of the boost. You ever look at yourself and you're like, who is this? I just looked at myself and it was, who Who is this? We got the death at the bottom. Let's rise to the top, baby. Ooh. I feel like I've said so much with not much. Okay? And what does that say? It's about quality over quantity. Okay? You're being served quality. Right? There could be an ending. As I say that, the devil, there could be an ending. Okay? Because again, whatever this was, okay, so this is a past energy. 7 of Wands at the bottom with the 6 of Wands. It's not that you cut cords, right? It's more so you became smarter. Okay, you became smarter within your actions, within the way that you interact, right, with certain persons, because you care in your own way. In your own way, bitch, you care. And so, yeah, I think that's all it is, right? Yo, it's my hair. I'm just, what is this, right? Who, what, and who? Every day? Couldn't do this every day, darling. This alone, this. Like, bitch, get dressed! Damn it, this isn't an outfit! This isn't even clothes yet. Fuck! This shit is just... Bitch. Go shopping! Go shopping! Bitch, you gotta be crazy. This ain't even closed yet. 6 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. I can't deal with this, y'all. I'm about to change. Sorry. Sorry. sec, y'all. Alright, I ain't put on nothing crazy, but that's a fuck no. Listen. Simple. Just put on some fucking clothes. I'm over the music, once again. Right? Let's just get into whatever this is meant to be. Alright. Where's my lighter? I'm being so rude today. I'm so sorry about this, guys. But I gotta do what it do, baby. And this is what it's calling me to do. Six of Swords. Someone could be canceling something. Okay, the Star. A plan could be being canceled. Someone had a plan to do what? Seven of Cups. Someone could have been trying to plan something. Okay, something to cause confusion, but now they're trying to cancel their plans because why? Why not stick to your plans? Wheel of Fortune, because they see something, they see where they were going to lose. They were creating a plan to confuse a situation, okay? But it's almost like they caught themselves before they got caught by authority. So this person could have been hear all that noise? This person could have been premeditating. Okay? Come here. Oh my gosh. This person could have been premeditating to do something. They stopped themselves. Knight of Cups. They stopped themselves. What's the Wheel of Fortune? They realized something. Ace of Pentacles. I feel as though someone was attempting to come up against a person, right, in a negative way. Maybe take from them, right? And they didn't realize who the person was. And why that's important is because whoever the person is, okay, they could have certain security or certain levels of safety guards within their reality. And so, with them not being in the knowing of that initially, right? So, this is someone being offered a job to do something to a person, maybe for money, maybe to get paid, and then finding out the name, right? Like receiving the name and finding out who the person would actually be that they would be doing this to, and what it would actually take in order to even complete that type of job when it came to someone like this, okay? They reneged on a contract. Maybe someone was trying to hire a hitman. Someone wanted to take you out. Temperance. Again, they didn't anticipate the safety guard, maybe within not only your spiritual, right, protection, but your physical protection that you have in your life. They did not anticipate that. The person that's not anticipating that is the person that's trying to hire persons, not the persons that's turning the jobs down. Persons are turning down the opportunity to come up against a higher up. But the person that is, right, trying to recruit that person, that person, Nine of Pentacles. This is some sort of bounty. There could be a bounty on someone. Six of Pentacles. Someone has a bounty on their head. The Moon at the bottom. The Eight of Swords peeking out. Someone could have a scar on their face. It could be the type of scar you only see in person. Okay. People notice it even though they don't speak on it. It adds to your character. Okay. We have the Lovers. It suits you. Your scar suits you. Okay. What else? I'm still looking at me like, what, why so quiet? Why so quiet? Someone could be fearful. Someone could be feeling regretful. have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, a dark horse, a stallion. Okay, dark beauty. The bold and the beautiful. Okay. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Someone is not giving in to the shenanigans. Someone isn't, okay? King of Cups in the reverse. They're not giving in to the shenanigans. People could be trying to play on your top. It's not attractive. So you're not buying it. Whatever they're putting down, you're not picking up. You dig? We got the Magician. We got the Knight of Cups. They're trying to appeal to you. They're trying to appease to you, okay? This is like a peacock trying to, you know, the male peacock trying to fan out his feathers and, you know, be majestic and all of this. And you're not buying it. Ten of Pentacles, because you're already put up. They're doing all of this fanfare, and you're already within Ten of Pentacles energy. You're already put up. You're already safe. You're already secure. If anything, they're doing all of that because they're seeking security. They're seeking your level of security. Maybe they have security, right? But they're seeking your level of security. There's a difference between a mall cop, right, and an FBI agent. There's a difference. Both serve the same purpose in a way, but they're different. And also, this person, they're selfish. King of Cups in the reverse, Three of Cups in the reverse. They're selfish. They come towards you in order just to gain for themselves, but they're not going to actually, wow, did you see that? They're not going to actually pour anything into you. They pump fake, okay? This is energy that pump fakes. They pump fake as though they're interested. They pump fake as though they're gonna do something. Like, I'm about to do this. I'm about... Bitch, do it. Do whatever it is, please. Could you see it all the way through? Right? It's like that. You'll be waiting forever to receive something that you're never going to receive. And the crazy part is they'll remind you of it. They'll remind you that you're still waiting on whatever this is from them. They remind you of the fact that they haven't done it yet, right? By consistently telling you how they're gonna do it. That's how they remind you of it. By telling you how they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Seven of Swords. God damn it, that flipped in the reverse. Right? Because they don't even do it. This is someone, they be planning a robbery and they don't even go to the bank. You get what I'm saying? Come on, be for real. Let's go over here. Ace of Wands. Okay. Well, I'm glad I looked this way. What's the... Well, damn, is you thirsty? What's the Ace of Wands? Something big and delicious, baby. Seven of Pentacles. Someone could be wanting to spend time with you in the bedroom. Five of Pentacles sideways. Don't waste your time. That's weak dick. Okay, the Five of Pentacles sideways, coming out with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Someone wants to come in and waste your time with and waste your time with weak dick. Okay, so by that, what is weak dick? Weak dick is not about the size of the dick, ladies and gentlemen. Weak dick is about the energy of that cock, baby. Okay, does it have veracity? You know what I'm saying? Does it have wind? Okay, can it hold the wind? Does it have pressure? When it is fully erect, is it even hard or is it still pliable, darling? All of these things matter, right? Weak dick. No weak dick. No weak dick. Weak dick, don't even breathe my way, please. I don't want to smell your breath. Okay, I have turned away. I'm over here. Well, God damn it, this the weak dick. My bad. Bitch! I guess that's why I kept developing on this side of the spectrum, because over there, you know what? You gotta go. We're here. You got to go. I ain't going, bitch. You go in. You're not strong enough to be here. Stop it. Okay? What the fuck are any of us gonna do with a weak dick? You gotta know when to retire. That goes for both men and women, right? You gotta know when to retire. And it's not about your age, right? You just gotta know. If you feel a way, then you know. And oh, it ain't nothing worse. We got four of swords in the reverse, okay? Not even in a fantasy. Not even in a fantasy would I choose weak dick. You understand? Not even in a pretend world would I say, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to become. I'm upset. I'm upset. Who did this? Y'all. We have the Nine of Wands. There could be some sort of distance. The Tower. What's the Nine of Wands with the Tower? Someone could be being evicted out of a space, right? Sayonara. Thanks for playing. Eight of Cups. I feel like I'm getting bitten on my thigh. It's my thigh. It's my thigh, I swear. See? You see? You see what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. your your spirit your spirit alerts you before you could even really get into it with a person, right? Your spirit be like, bitch, that's the discernment within you, because you can't, this is the energy of, you cannot be intimate with everyone. You're not even going to enjoy it with everyone, so why would you want to be intimate with everyone? What a waste of good pussy if it's still good, and good dick if it's still good. What a waste of having sex that's not both parties wanting it to be the best piece of ass, baby. At the but why don't you want that every time? Why don't you all? And I guess it's the same way in life, where sometimes you don't care about what you look like, you don't care about what you eat, you don't care about, you get what I'm saying, what you cook for dinner. That sometimes you really don't care. Sometimes you are lazy, but it's just, then why even start, right? Why even start? I understand food. Every day you have to get up, and find yourself something to eat, whether you're cooking it or buying out, buying dinner from a restaurant. Da 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 da. That's a necessity of life for survival. But you don't have to have that bad sex. You don't have to have that lazy ass sex. You don't have to have that. You could have it good. You could do your very best every single time, and so could the person. And if you're not in the energy of that, then you don't have to do it, right? But if you're doing it anyway, get off of me. You ever gotta tell a motherfucker, get off of me, darling. Don't look at me. Just put your goddamn clothes on. Get the ball out of here. That's what this feels like, and I feel for you. There's nothing worse. There is nothing. I swear. This is how I feel, and I'm being 100% honest. There's nothing worse. And I know people are like, there are people dying in the world. There's this, there's that. Hey, inevitable shit be happening. But there is nothing worse than a bad piece of sex. Because, bitch, what? There's nothing worse. There's, hands down, there's nothing worse than that. To waste. So you gotta think highly of yourself. I'm telling you. Woo! The way I would not fight for a bad piece of dick, the way I wouldn't fight for him, you'd be amazed. All the other things I would do in the world before I fought for a bad piece of dick, I would sit and try to reach my big toe with my mouth and bite my toenail before I fought over a bad piece of dick. Before I waited in line for that. Before I stood in line for a bad piece of cock, I'm going to learn how to bite my toenails. You understand? High priestess. Woo! Baby girl be speaking in parables. Okay? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I mean, this is the type of energy y'all want, right? Y'all looking for a fight. I'm just fighting for something else. That's all. Y'all fighting for that. I'm fighting too, bitch. But I'm fighting the next way. Get that shit away from me. Y'all fighting for it. Go ahead. Fight for the bad dick. You know what, fellas? I'm so sorry. All for the bad pum pum. Some people won't be fighting for bad pum pum. I don't know the last time I saw a nigga fight over a bitch with bad pum pum. I'm just saying I've seen a lot more bitches fighting over a nigga with bad dick. I've seen. Hey, I don't know what that's about. Now that I'm saying it out loud. Okay. 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 We got the world at the bottom. Nine of Swords. Someone could be embarrassed. Queen of Pentacles. Embarrassed about what? Now the Queen of Swords just slid out. What's the embarrassment? The Three of Wands. They weren't expecting something. They're both embarrassed. What's the Queen of Swords? The Two of Wands. These are the two feminines fighting over bad dick. A Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords. They embarrassed because they over here, or wherever the fuck they are, fighting over nothing worthwhile. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Okay, it went away. I was supposed to join in your reindeer games. What? Okay. Well, who dick y'all fighting over? The only person on the table, the only masculine. Oh, actually, no. There's two masculines here. Who's dick y'all fighting over? Page of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. This isn't even long-lasting energy. Six of Wands. Five of Cups. They be pretending to be happy about, I don't know why. Maybe because of who the person is. Maybe this is someone, they're popular, they're a celebrity, they're this, they're that, right? They have some sort of attention, some sort of fame on them. And so that's what the attraction is really about. But when it gets down to the wire, and so I guess the question becomes, what would you prefer, right? What would you rather? Would you rather broke and could fuck, or popular and can't? Popular doesn't mean you ain't broke. So then we need to add another category. Or rich and can't fuck, or broke and can't fuck. No, broke and can fuck. What if they're broke but they could fuck? What if they're rich and they can't? Y'all thinking about it, ain't you? I know. Rich and can't fart. Don't piss me off. Why is that what y'all would choose? Y'all disgusting. Y'all too disgusting. Justice. Jesus. They said it has been overruled. It has been, okay. Rich and can't fuck, I guess. I guess that's the flavor. Okay, so yeah. They fighting over this stick, baby. Because maybe this person might have money. Five of Pentacles is sideways though. So if they don't, and that they have popularity, okay, so then they're still they're it's about the potential. Okay, so if they have popularity, they feel as though that's the first step. First the popularity, then the fame, right? So they see it as, right? But can we have a category of popular and can fuck? Because this ain't it. Fighting over. Nah. The person still hasn't even shown themselves. Don't play with me. Is this the category of rich and can fuck? It's a queen of fucking wands. Don't even want y'all raggedy asses. Y'all, hey, what's the queen of wands? What's the queen of wands? Who's the queen of wands? That's the better question. Before I even get to defending, I don't even know who that is actually. Huh. Very, very sneaky. Two of Cups. Whoever this person, okay, so this might be the popular person with the Two of Cups. The Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups. This person, they could be a heartbreaker, but not because they're trying to be a heartbreaker, but more so because they're not wanting the advances that come towards them. Okay. And they're not going to be fighting over no broke dick. Two of Swords, not happening. Where's the masculine? Don't be trying to hide nobody's sign. Just show yourself. The World. 10 of Wands. This person could be feeling weighed down. They're a hoe. They want to be a hoe. Even if this is a masculine, right? Even if they have a small dick. Even though, again, I said it's not even about the size of their dick. But for whatever reason, I said that. But it doesn't matter the size of the dick. And it doesn't, right? Ooh, caught that bitch. We got the Death. It's that they want to be a hoe. They don't care what size their dick is. They don't care if it's weak or not. If they could keep getting pussy, and new pussy at that, not just the same one over and over, right? After a while, that gets played out to them, to be honest, and they see pussy as disposable income. So they don't really value it. Again, they don't care about what they put down. They just care about putting it down, right? They don't make no real investments within these connections. It's mostly or purely or strictly about the sex. All of the other bits and pieces are in order to connect, in order to have the sex. But beyond that, there's no real development within the space for a relationship, a real connection, a heart to heart. Okay? Knight of Wands. Strictly sex, Four of Wands. That's the success for them. You don't get to know this person. That's another reason why they're not coming out. It's not about getting to know the person. You don't get to know them. They don't value their body. King of Wands. It's the King of Wands, and he came out sideways. They don't necessarily value their body, okay? Or not their body. They don't value the body, right? So they're okay to not care, not get too deep, not open up, just be very shallow, surface level, all about the sex, right? Because they rotate you, because if you stick around for too long and they don't want to start getting to know you and what's going on in your life for real, because then that kind of kills the wind in their sail. All of that stuff they be thinking about, they don't want to know too much, because then it kills their attraction for the pussy, because then they start to know the person that the pussy is attached to, and that's not what they're there for. You get what I'm saying? They're a bona fide whore. The Emperor. Went right on top of the High Priestess. All I want to say is know your worth, know your value. Do what you want, right? I'm just a girl on the internet reading cards. I'm just a woman on the internet reading cards. Five of Cups. The Five of Wands, sideways. Someone was hoping for more drama. Someone was hoping to irritate your spirit, stir up the energy of retaliation within you, okay? They wanted to see your pot bubble over. They're disappointed. They were waiting on the climax and it didn't occur. Eight of Wands. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Something didn't come in, okay? Or this was not a good landing. Someone could have received an injury, okay? Someone could have received an injury, a bodily injury. I don't know if they jumped from a high space or, right? Maybe they tripped or... Page of Cups. Maybe it could have a fracture. Something minimal but felt. We have the moon. 5 of Swords. The 10 of Cups sideways. Someone could have been trying to hurt your feelings without it being obvious. Someone could have been trying to subtly hurt your feelings. Why? They're feeling insecure. Why? They see you in a certain way. It makes them feel insecure. So they say things to hurt your feelings. Right? They try to do it in subtle ways. But they're hoping that it still tickles a part of your ego. Because they're wanting you to lessen in value. They compare themselves to you. So if you're a little lower, then they're a little closer, right? Y'all, I'm ready to go. I am. I don't like explaining pathetic energy. The Empress. The Ace of Cups, right? Blessings, love, joy, abundance, growth, independence, okay? Togetherness as well. Community. The Judgment. You saw how that flipped? It literally flipped directly on top of that. You're receiving angelic protection in those areas of your life, okay? They're being safeguarded. They're being nurtured. We have the Queen of Cups. You could be in really loving energy. We have the Six of Cups. Maybe even nostalgic energy. All right. The Strength. You're in charge of safekeeping treasured items, okay? Antiques. Could be spiritual antiques or something like that. Artifacts, spiritual artifacts that are precious and, right? The King of Swords popped out in the reverse. You protected from maybe predators such as this. King of Swords in the reverse. This is a maniac, okay? 10 of Swords, someone who comes around with intent to inflict harm and destruction within your reality, okay? A pirate. We have the Hermit. This is pirate energy. So again, I said something about you being the protector of a treasure. 4 of Wands. They're trying to take your booty. Okay? You can't have the booty, baby. Sorry. The Hierophant, it's in the upright. Okay. We have the Hangman. Someone could be following their spiritual guidance and wisdom, moving within their North Node, taking more time for contemplation and enlightenment, seeing how that manifests in their reality. Okay. Someone could not only be believing in God, but trusting in God, right? They don't just believe in God, they trust God. Ace of Swords. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Someone could have worked on spaces that maybe were a bit lower energetically within their field, okay, of resonance. And it's causing you to move through certain levels in your life more fluently, right? Because it's almost as though you're understanding the the angelic language, right? And it's helping you to decode things in your reality that assists you with your spiritual path. Your spiritual path is your life. That's your lifeline, right? And so yeah, that's what I'm getting, that's what I'm seeing. Good night. Bye.